100 laws of physics with mathematical expressions. Number 1. Ampere's circuital law. Statement. Ampere's law states that the integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught times the total current passing through the surface. Expression. Integral B dot dl is equal to mu naught I. Number 2. Biot-Savart law. Statement. According to Biot-Savart's law, the magnitude of magnetic field dB is proportional to the current I at the element length dl and inversely proportional to the square of distance r. Expression dB is equal to mu naught dl cross I over r square. Number 3. Beer-Lambert law. Statement. The Beer-Lambert law states that for a given material, sample path length and concentration of sample are directly proportional to absorption of light. Expression I is equal to I naught exponential minus mu x. Number 4. Birch's law. Statement. Birch's law establishes a linear relation of a compressional wave velocity of rocks and minerals of a constant average atomic weight with density as shown in this formula. Expression Vp is equal to AMAV plus B rho. Number 5. Bohr's law. Statement. It states that the probability density of finding a system in a given state when measured is proportional to square of amplitude of system's wave function at that state. Expression probability over volume is proportional to wave function square. Number 6. Curie's law. Statement. For many paramagnetic materials, the magnetization of a material is directly proportional to an applied magnetic field for sufficiently high temperatures and small fields. Expression M is equal to chi h, where chi is equal to C over T. Number 7. Curie-Weis law. Statement. The magnetic susceptibility is above the Curie temperature point of a ferromagnet in the paramagnetic region. Expression chi is equal to C over T minus Tc. Number 8. Darcy's law. Statement. Darcy's law states that the principle which governs the movement of fluid in a given substance. Expression Q is equal to minus KAdH over dl. Number 9. Mohr-Coulomb friction law. Statement. A mathematical model describing response of brittle materials such as concrete or rubber piles to shear stress as well as normal stress. Expression tau is equal to C plus sigma tan phi. Number 10. Faxén's laws. Statement. In fluid dynamics, Faxén's laws relate a sphere's velocity v and angular velocity omega to the forces torque, stressless and flow it experiences under low creeping flow condition. Expressions are given below. Number 11. Fick's law. Statement. Fick's law states that the amount of time required for a person to move a pointer to a target area is a function of distance to the target divided by the size of the target. Thus, the longer the distance, the smaller the target size, the longer it takes. Expression T is equal to A plus B dot log base 2T divided by W. Number 12. Fourier's law. Statement. Fourier's law states that the negative gradient of temperature and time rate of heat transfer is proportional to the area at right angles of that gradient through which the heat flows. Expression Q is equal to negative del T. Number 13. Fick's law of diffusion. Statement. According to Fick's law of diffusion, the molar flux due to diffusion is proportional to the concentration gradient. Expressions. First law. J is equal to minus d phi over dx. Second law. Partial phi over partial t is equal to d partial square phi over partial x square. Number 14. Gram's law of diffusion. Statement. Gram's law states that the rate of diffusion R of diffusion of a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of its molecular weight. Expression. R1 over R2 is equal to square root M2 over square root M1. Number 15. Green's law. Statement. A conservation law describing the evolution of non-breaking surface gravity waves propagating in shallow water of gradually varying depth and width. Expression. Hb raised to power 1 by 2 multiplied by small h raised to power 1 by 4 is equal to beta. Number 16. Henry's law. Statement. Henry's law is a gas law which states that the amount of gas that is dissolved in a liquid is directly proportional to the partial pressure of that gas above the liquid when the temperature is kept constant. Expression P is equal to Kh dot C. Number 17. Hopkinson's law. Statement. Hopkinson's law is a counterpart to the Ohm's law used in magnetic circuits. The magnetomotive force MMF, reluctance and flux relate through Hopkinson's law. Expression. MMF is equal to RL cross phi. Number 18. Duryn's law. Statement. The maximum height of a liquid in a capillary tube is inversely proportional to the tube's diameter. Expression. H is equal to 2 gamma cos theta over rho g r. Number 19. Cope's law. Statement. Cope's law states that the heat capacities of a molecular compound are sum of contributions for each element in the compound, and it generally used to find heat capacities of solids or liquid at 20 degrees Celsius. Expression C is equal to sigma Ci Fi. Number 20. Lambert cosine law. Statement. Lambert's cosine law states that the radiant intensity from the ideally diffused reflecting surface and cosine of the angle theta between the direction of incident light and the surface normal are directly proportional. Expression I is equal to I naught cos theta. Number 21. Poiseuille's law. Statement. The law of Poiseuille states that the flow of liquid depends on the following variables such as length of tube L, radius R, pressure gradient del P, and viscosity of the fluid theta in accordance with the relationship. Expression Q is equal to del P pi R square over 8 theta L. Number 22. Raoult's law. Statement. Raoult's law states that the solvent's partial vapor pressure in a solution or mixture is equal or identical to the vapor pressure of a pure solvent multiplied by its mole fraction in the solution. Expression P solution is equal to X solvent P not solvent. Number 23. Melis's law. Statement. Melis's law states that the intensity of a plane polarized light that passes through an analyzer varies as the square of cosine of the angle between the plane of the polarizer and transmission axis of the analyzer. Expression I is directly proportional to cos square phi. Number 24. Circuital's law. Statement. The Circuital law is a mathematical function that describes how the intensity of a galaxy varies with distance r from its center. It is a generalization of Fick's law. Expression log natural r is equal to log natural I naught minus k r raised to power 1 by n. Number 25. Titius-Bode's law. Statement. The Titius-Bode's law, sometimes termed Titius-Bode's law, is a formulaic prediction of spacing between planets in any given solar system. The formula suggests that extending outward each planet should be approximately twice as far from the Sun as the one before. Expression dn is equal to 3 cross 2 raised to power n plus 4 divided by 10 astronomical units. Number 25. Moseley's law. Statement. The statement of Moseley's law is the square root of the frequency of X-ray emitted by an atom is proportional to its atomic number. Expression square root nu is equal to a into z minus b. Number 26. Stark-Einstein's law. Statement. For each photon of light absorbed by a chemical system, only one molecule is activated for subsequent reaction. Expression del E mole is equal to NH nu. Number 27. Laplace's law. Statement. The tension on the wall of a sphere is the product of the pressure times the radius of chamber, and the tension is inversely proportional to the thickness of the wall. Expression T is equal to P cross R divided by 2T. Number 28. Darcy's law. Statement. The law explains the relation between fluid leaving a hole and the liquid height in that container. Expression V is equal to square root 2gh. Number 29. Bragg's law. Statement. The law states that when the X-ray is incident onto a crystal surface, its angle of incidence theta will reflect back with the same angle of scattering theta. Expression 2d sin theta is equal to n lambda. Number 30. Dalton's law of partial pressure. Statement. According to Dalton's law of partial pressure, the total pressure by a mixture of gases is equal to the sum of partial pressure of each gas of the constituent gas. Expression P is equal to sigma Pi. Number 31. Boyle's law. Statement. Boyle observed that the product of the pressure and volume are observed to be nearly constant. Expression PV is equal to constant. Number 32. Charles's law. Statement. When the pressure on a sample of a dry gas is held constant, the Kelvin temperature and the volume will be in direct proportion. Expression V over T is equal to constant. Number 33. Coulomb's law. Statement. According to Coulomb's law, the force of attraction or repulsion between two charged bodies is directly proportional to the product of their charges and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Expression F is equal to KQ1Q2 over R square. Number 34. Stokes' law. Statement. Stokes' law is a law in physics that states that the force that resists a sphere's fall in a viscous fluid is directly proportional to the velocity of the sphere, the radius of sphere, and viscosity of the fluid. Expression F is equal to 6 pi eta RV. Number 35. Rayleigh-Jean's law. Statement. A black body in thermal equilibrium will emit radiation in all frequency ranges, and as the frequency increases, so does the energy of the radiation emission. Expression rho lambda T is equal to 2 CKT over lambda 4. Number 36. Planck's radiation law. Statement. It states that electromagnetic radiation from heated bodies is not emitted as a continuous flow but is made up of discrete units or quanta of energy, the size of which involves a fundamental physical constant, Planck's constant. Expression U nu T nu is equal to 8 pi h nu cube d nu over c cube exponential h nu k t minus 1. Number 37. Wien's displacement law. Statement. Black body radiation has different peaks of temperature at wavelengths that are inversely proportional to the temperatures. Expression lambda max is equal to Bt, where B is equal to 2.9 plus 10 to the power minus 3 meter Kelvin. Number 38. Planck-Einstein's law. Statement. A quantum of energy E, commonly thought of as a photon, is equal to the Planck constant h times a frequency of oscillation of an atomic oscillator. Expression E is equal to nhf. Number 39. Stephen-Boltzmann law. Statement. According to Stephen-Boltzmann law, the amount of the radiation emitted per unit time for an area or A of a lab body at absolute temperature T is directly proportional to the fourth power of the temperature. Expression E is equal to sigma T raised to power 4. Number 40. Gauss's law of gravity. Statement. It states that the flux of the gravitational field over an enclosed surface is equal to the mass enclosed. Expression. Del dot G is equal to minus 4 pi G rho. Number 41. Gauss's law of electricity. Statement. The total flux through any closed surface is 1 over epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed within the surface. Expression. Phi is equal to Q over epsilon naught. Number 42. Gauss's law of magnetism. Statement. It states that the magnetic field P has divergence equal to 0. In other words, that it is a solenoidal vector field. It is equivalent to the statement that magnetic monopoles do not exist. Expression. Del dot B is equal to 0. Number 43. Faraday's law of induction. Statement. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction states, whenever a conductor is placed in a varying magnetic field, an electromotive force is induced. Expression. EMF is equal to minus n del phi over del T. Number 44. Lenz's law of induction. Statement. Direction of induced current is always so as it opposes the change which causes the current. Expression. EMF is equal to minus n del phi over del T. Here negative sign shows Lenz's law. Number 45. Hess's law of heat summation. Statement. Hess's law of constant heat summation, or just Hess's law, states that regardless of multiple stages or steps of a reaction, the total enthalpy change for the reaction is the sum of all changes. Expression. Del H net is equal to sigma del HR. Number 46. Pascal's law. Statement. Pascal's law says that pressure applied to an enclosed fluid within will be transmitted without a change in magnitude to every point of the fluid and the walls of the container. Expression P1 is equal to P2 is equal to P3. Number 47. Radioactive decay law. Statement. It states that for a particular time, the rate of radioactive decay of an atom is directly proportional to the number of nuclei of the elements present at that time. This can be written as d n dt is directly proportional to n, where n is number of nuclei. Expression n is equal to n naught exponential minus lambda t. Number 48. Snell's law. Statement. Snell's law is defined as the ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of reflection is a constant for the light of a given color and for the given pair of media. Expression n1 sin theta 1 is equal to n2 sin theta 2. Number 49. Ohm's law. Statement. Ohm's law states that the current through a conductor between 2 points is directly proportional to the voltage across 2 points. Expression V is equal to IR. Number 50. Laws of reflection. Statement. The angle between the incident ray and the normal ray is equal to the angle between the reflected ray and the normal. The incident ray, normal, and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. Incident ray and the reflected ray are on different sides of the normal. Expression theta I is equal to theta R. Number 51. Laws of reflection. Statement. The incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incident all lie in the same plane. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence I to the sine of angle of reflection R is constant for the pair of given media is always constant. Expression 1. Theta I is equal to theta R. 2. Sin theta I over sin theta R is equal to N. Ideal gas law. Statement. The ideal gas law states that the product of pressure and volume of 1 gram molecule of an ideal gas is equal to the product of absolute temperature of the gas and the universal gas constant. Expression PV is equal to nRT. Number 53. Avogadro's law. Statement. Avogadro's law states that equal volumes of all gases at the same temperature and pressure have the same number of molecules. Expression V over N is equal to K. Number 54. Lorentz force law. Statement. Lorentz force is defined as the combination of the magnetic and electric force on a point charge due to electromagnetic fields. Expression F is equal to Q into E plus into V cross B. Number 55. Hubble's law. Statement. Hubble's law, also known as Hubble's-Lamier law, is the observation in physical cosmology that galaxies are moving away from Earth at speeds proportional to their distance. Expression V is equal to H naught D. Number 56. Hooke's law. Statement. For relatively small deformations of an object, the displacement or size of the deformation is directly proportional to the deforming force or load. Expression Fs is equal to minus Kx. Number 57. Kirchhoff's current law. Statement: the sum of all currents meeting at a point in a circuit is 0. Expression: sigma I is equal to 0. Number 58. Kirchhoff's voltage law. Statement: the algebraic sum of all potential changes in a closed circuit is 0. Expression: sigma del V is equal to 0. Number 59. Joule's law. Statement: the amount of generated heat in a conductor carrying current is proportional to the square of the current flow through the circuit when the electrical resistance and current supply is constant. Expression: H is equal to I square RT. Number 60. Kepler's first law of planetary motion. Statement: the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbits with sun at one of the foci. Expression: 1 over r is equal to c into 1 plus e cos theta minus theta naught. Number 61. Kepler's second law of planetary motion. Statement: the radius vector connecting the central force and object swipes out equal area in equal interval of time. In short, aerial velocity remains constant. Expression: dA divided by dt is equal to constant. Number 62. Kepler's third law of planetary motion. Statement: the scale of period of revolution of object around the center of mass is proportional to the cube of semi-major axis of the elliptical orbits. Expression: t square is directly proportional to a cube. Number 63. Newton's law of cooling. Statement: according to Newton's law of cooling, the rate of loss of heat from a body is directly proportional to the difference in the temperature of the body and its surrounding. Expression: E into T is equal to Ts plus T naught minus Ts exponential minus Kt. Number 64. Newton's law of gravitation. Statement: Newton's law of universal gravitation states that every particle attracts with every other particle in the universe with a force that is directly proportional to the product of masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Expression: F is equal to g m1 m2 over r square. Number 65. Newton's first law of motion. Statement: if no external force acts on the body at rest remain at rest and a body in motion continues to move with the same velocity. Expression: when F is equal to 0 then A is equal to 0 and V is equal to constant. Number 66. Newton's second law of motion. Statement: the time rate of change in the momentum of a body is equal to the resultant external force applied on a body and is in the direction of the external force. Expression: F is equal to del P divided by del T. Number 67. Newton's third law of motion. Statement: action and reaction are always equal but in opposite directions. Expression: F12 is equal to negative F21. Number 68. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. Statement: when a body A is in thermal equilibrium with another body B and also separately in thermal equilibrium with a body C, then body B and C will also be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Expression: if TA is equal to TB and TB is equal to TC, then TA is equal to TC. Number 69. First law of thermodynamics. Statement: the total energy in a system remains constant although it may be converted from one form to another. Expression: del U is equal to Q minus W. Number 70. Second law of thermodynamics. Statement: if a system undergoes a natural process, it will go in the direction that causes the entropy of a system plus environment to increase. Expression: del S is equal to del Q divided by T, or del S is equal to K log natural omega and del S is greater than 0. Number 71. Third law of thermodynamics. Statement: the third law of thermodynamics states that the entropy of a perfect crystal at a temperature of 0 Kelvin absolute 0 is equal to 0. Expression: S minus S naught is equal to K log natural omega for perfect crystal. Omega is equal to 1 and S naught is equal to 0. So S minus 0 is equal to K log natural 1. S is equal to K into 0 is equal to S is equal to 0. Number 72. Law of conservation of mass. Statement: the mass in an isolated system can neither be created nor be destroyed but can be transformed from one form to another. Expression: partial rho over partial T plus del rho V is equal to 0. Number 73. Law of conservation of energy. Statement: the energy in an isolated system can neither be created nor be destroyed but can be transformed from one form to another. Expression: K1 plus U1 is equal to K2 plus U2. Number 74. Law of conservation of charge. Statement: the charge in an isolated system can neither be created nor be destroyed but can be transformed from one form to another. Expression: Q1 plus Q2 is equal to Q2 plus Q1. Number 75. Law of conservation of linear momentum. Statement: the total linear momentum of an isolated system remain constant in the absence of external force. Expression: del P is equal to 0. Number 76. Law of conservation of angular momentum. Statement: the total angular momentum of an isolated system remains constant in the absence of external torque. Expression del L is equal to 0. Number 77. Mitscherlich's law. Statement: Mitscherlich's law of isomorphism states that the substances that have the same crystal structure have same chemical formula. Expression Y is equal to A into 1 minus exponential minus EB minus EX. Number 78. Brewster's law. Statement: when an unpolarized light of known wavelength is incident on a transparent substance surface, it experiences maximum plane polarization at the angle of incidence whose tangent is the refractive index of the substance for the wavelength. Expression: tan IP is equal to sin IP divided by sin R. Number 79. Dermode's law. Statement: Dermode's law is an empirical formula for the orbital period of major satellites orbiting planets in the solar system. Expression: Tn is equal to TO dot Cn for n is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to so on. Number 80. Stolitov's law. Statement: Stolitov's law for photoelectric effect establishes the direct proportionality between the intensity of electromagnetic radiation acting on a metallic surface and for the photocurrent induced by this radiation. Expression: I is directly proportional to photoelectric current. Number 81. Law of equipartition of energy. Statement: according to law of equipartition of energy for any dynamic system in thermal equilibrium, the total energy for the system is equally divided among the degree of freedom. Expression: 1 over 2 mu mean x square is equal to 1 over 2 kt. Number 82. Archimedes' principle. Statement: Archimedes' principle states that the upward buoyant force that is exerted on a body immersed in a fluid, whether fully or partially, is equal to the weight of the fluid that body displaces. Expression: F is equal to minus rho GV. Number 83. Bernoulli's principle. Statement: the total mechanical energy of moving fluid comprising the gravitational potential energy of elevation, the energy associated with fluid pressure and kinetic energy of fluid motion remains constant. Expression: P plus half V square plus rho G is equal to constant. Number 84. D'Alembert's principle. Statement: for a system of mass of particles, the sum of difference of the force acting on the system and the time derivative of the momenta is 0 when projected onto any virtual displacement. Expression: sigma I Fi minus mi ai delta Ri is equal to 0. Number 85. Principle of continuity. A statement: according to the continuity principle, the product of the cross-sectional area of the pipe and the velocity of the fluid at any given point along the pipe is constant. Expression: AV is equal to V divided by T is equal to constant. Number 86. Mach's principle. Statement: Mach's principle is in cosmology hypothesis that the inertial forces experienced by a body in non-uniform motion are determined by the quantity and distribution of matter in the universe. Expression: Mi is equal to mgm divided by Lc square. Number 87. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Statement: position and momentum of a particle in same axis could not be measured accurately simultaneously. Expression: del x dot del px is greater than or equal to h over 4 pi. Number 88. Fermat's principle. Statement: Fermat's principle states that of all the possible paths the light might take that satisfy those boundary conditions, the light takes the path which requires the least amount of time. Expression: L is equal to square root x square plus d square plus square root d minus x square plus d square. Number 89. Mach's number. Statement: Mach's number is in fluid mechanics ratio of velocity of a fluid to the velocity of sound in that fluid. Expression: M is equal to U over C. Number 90. Bell's theorem. Statement: Bell's theorem states that there is no physical theory for local hidden variables which can reproduce the quantum mechanics predictions. Expression: P into x is equal to y plus P into y is equal to z plus P into z is equal to x is greater than or equal to 1. Number 91. Boltzmann's equation. Statement: the Boltzmann equation or Boltzmann transport equation BTE explains the behavior of a fluid with temperature. It also explains the change of a microscopic quantity in a thermodynamic system such as energy, charge or particle number. Expression: NB over NA is equal to GB over G exponential EA minus EB divided by KT. Number 92. Dirac's equation. Statement: Dirac's equation is a relativistic wave equation explaining that parity inversion, sign inversion of spatial coordinates is symmetrical for all half-spin electrons and quarks. Expression is given below. Number 93. Drake equation. Statement: the Drake equation is a probabilistic argument used to estimate the number of active communicative extraterrestrial civilizations in the Milky Way galaxy. Expression: N is equal to R steric dot Fp dot Ne dot Fl dot Fi dot Fc dot L. Number 94. Doppler's effect. Statement: Doppler's effect or Doppler shift is a phenomenon that is observed whenever the source of waves is moving with respect to an observer. Expression: F is equal to F naught V plus minus V naught divided by V plus minus Vs. Number 95. Ehrenfest's theorem statement: the expectation values of displacement and momentum obey time evolution equations which are analogous to those of classical mechanics. This result is known as Ehrenfest's theorem. Expression d mean x divided by dt is equal to mean p x divided by m. Number 96. Hellman-Feynman's theorem statement. Hellman-Feynman's theorem states that once the spatial distribution of charged particles, usually the electron clouds, has been determined by solving the Schrödinger equations, all the forces in the system can be calculated using the classical electrostatics. Expression is given below. Number 97. Larmor formula statement. The Larmor formula is an expression for the total power radiated by a point charge moving non-relativistically. Expression P is equal to E square A square divided by 6 pi epsilon naught C square. Number 98. Casimir effect statement. The Casimir effect is a small attractive force that acts between two close parallel uncharged conducting plates. The force arises due to quantum fluctuation of the electromagnetic fields. Expression F is equal to pi h c a divided by 480 L raised to power 4. Number 99. Einstein's special theory of relativity postulates speed of light is a universal constant. Laws of physics are same in all inertial frame of references. Expressions: 1. T is equal to gamma T naught 2 M is equal to gamma M naught 3 L is equal to L naught by gamma 4 is equal to MC square. 100. Einstein's general theory of relativity postulate. Einstein's general theory of relativity holds that what we perceive as the force of gravity arises from the curvature of space and time. Expression is given below. Put the name of the law in the comment section that wasn't in the video. Thanks for watching.